G'day, welcome to 2 Minute Tips on odt.co.nz for another week, about 6 weeks into the season I suppose, so we're getting pretty much straight into it. Spring racing certainly heating up. We're going to head off to Awapuni on Saturday for our first video, race 8 at 3:40 p.m. The Miralankia Metric Mile, often a good mile race which just leads you into some better features coming on in the spring. Horse we're looking at, obviously you've got to look at the heavy track form here. At this stage it's a heavy 11 as we record this on Wednesday afternoon. Spoke to Carlo is the one I'm quite keen on. Rating 85 winner at New Plymouth last start out. That was in the interprovincial. Really over the last 50 to 100 metres really pulled away from them. Gets into the weights at 53.5, which is pretty luxurious you'd have to say. So I think really live chance in this metric mile, particularly because of the weights and because of the track.
300 metres left to go. Taranaki and Kiora have hit the front. Spoke to Carlo, still there for Auckland. Kinda like a Hawke's Bay. And down the outside, Red King Wanganui. It's the Auckland colours on top here with Spoke to Carlo. And the good thing of the day, Spoke to Carlo for Auckland is home.
Naturally, we're heading to Oamaru on Sunday for the time-honoured Hannah Memorial Group 3 race at 3:51 p.m, race 7 on the card. Not a bad wee card of horses going around there on Sunday, to be fair. Horse, I was going to say the horse we're looking at, but again, I think it's similar to last week where I said we'll have a look at this race or trial, I think it was last week, with Chris and Me in there. Chris and Me went out last Friday, won the Morris Holmes Vase. I was going to say quite comfortably, but yeah, did what he needed to get across the line there. So clearly the form race to look at going into Sunday's race. Others to look out for in that video, you had Belkmeister, the local chance, who finished 4th. Jason Rules is also in there, finished a good 2nd. Choice Achievers bypassing it and popping in for another race at Addington later on. So plenty to look at. A couple of new entries into the season. Severe Patrol, one to look out for, drawing the ace. Also a couple of North Islanders, Major Star and also Better Dream. So yeah, not a bad race. 12 in there, which is also good to see after a bit of a lighter year last year. So let's go and have a look at that Morris Holmes Vase win by Chris and Me. And as I said, look out for the runs in behind.
And Chris and Me turns in by a length and a half. Jason Rules, Provocative Prince getting back to the Terror to Love lane, and then came Belkmeister. He's shaken up now, Chris and Me. Jason Rules is a neck away. It's Chris and Me in front of Jason Rules. Still Chris and Me. Jason Rules won't get him. Chris and Me won at a neck and beat Jason Rules and Choice Achiever. Mind you, he had to win.
So that's probably enough to get your teeth into this weekend. As mentioned, we've got Awapuni on Saturday. It's probably the feature race, feature meeting of the weekend for the Gallops. Oamaru on Sunday. And also on Saturday you've got the likes of Whangarei Gallops and Ashburton as well. And looking across the Tasman, you've got the Mackay Diva Stakes is probably the feature over there at Flemington. So until next time, best of luck with your punting and we'll see you then.